Balls are back.
Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, could be Wayne!
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!
I love it, baby!
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! Brought by Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello, win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now. I made up my mind. I don't expect to ever look back. I'm going to stay at the University of Tennessee.
Reddit did to do and welcome into more important issues. It is Thursday, September 29th. Big week ahead. Tough opponent. Got to be on your toes. Don't let that bye week get you.
Can't let it get you. The good thing is, I guess you don't truly know if you win the bye week until the next game, but you can definitely lose it before the next game.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, you can lose it. We haven't lost it yet. Nothing alarming's come out yet. Obviously not good news about Cedric Tillman. I know we'll talk about that. That didn't happen during the bye week, so can't credit that to Mr. BYE. Stay out of trouble this weekend. I shouldn't say everybody. A lot of people are going home. Have fun, enjoy it, but be smart, be safe. Take our happy asses down 4-0 asses down to Baton Rouge. I'm pumped. We're gonna be there. I am fired up.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed just me being selfish that it was a noon game, and I know we're going to get into that in a second, but I don't hate it.
No, how can I mean, as a college football fan, as an SEC fan, as someone who wants to not only go to all the stadiums but see their stadiums or see these stadiums at their very best. How do you not want to go to Tiger Stadium at night? That's what you dream of.
Yeah.
Now that we're in it, I am happy about the nooner. I feel better for the Tennessee. So maybe we'll just have to go back to Baton Rouge for like a LSU Auburn, LSU Florida, LSU Bama night game. Maybe we'll have to do that. Obviously, I want to go and watch Tennessee play so we can get the best of both worlds. And I do want to experience it at night, but I'm happy it's at noon.
Yeah. First, before we start this off, while I'm thinking about it, if you're watching the South Carolina game right now, oh my God.
I haven't watched
Shane Beamer he's 10 times worse than Brian Harsin. At least Brian Harsin isn't annoying. I mean, going for two and running in with a big guy, didn't he learn to not utilize big men against Tennessee last year? Also, he does an onside kick.
No way. Like after the touchdown?
Yeah, after he went for two, he did an onside kick, and they didn't get it.
Hey, you got to pull out all the stops for South Carolina State. So I respect it.
I'm like, oh my God.
Kind of like our friend Billy. Kind of got to pull out all the stops for a Tennessee team that was 3-0. You got to pull all the stops for South Carolina State. Go Cock. So,
I mean, that's embarrassing. It really is. I mean, South Carolina State's 1-2. I don't know who they played. No one good, I assume. But like, really?
I hope South Carolina keeps Shane Beamer around for a long time because I love talking trash about Shane Beamer. It's easy to do. I can't wait.
There's no way he lasts. There's no way.
No, this will be a last fun year. He won't last all next year. He'll start the year.
Their second play, they threw a pick, and it wasn't Rattler's fault.
Not Spencer Rattler. He would never throw an interception.
Well, it wasn't his fault.
Doesn't matter. He threw it. Did he throw it?
He did throw it. The receiver caught it and hits the ground. It pops up and lands right into South Carolina State's hands.
Yeah, we're blaming that one on Rattler. You gotta get your receiver to see it in. You gotta make sure he sees that in. Carlos, if anyone's ever referred to Memphis's stadium, if you can call it that, as Tiger Stadium, they should be burned.
Wait, what?
He just said you're right. Memphis Tiger Stadium is awesome. If anyone's ever referred to the Liberty Bowl as Tiger Stadium, they should be stoned to death. Penny Hardaway should have to watch them too.
So who's the real Death Valley?
Clemson or LSU, or
Yeah.
are we putting
Are
Memphis in
they
that now?
both Tiger Stadium too?
I think Clemson's has a name. I hate that
Oh,
you
okay.
put me on the spot. I think Clemson's has a name.
Okay.
I feel like this kind of sucks because I
wish
hate
Joe was here.
giving respect to Clemson. I just feel like Death Valley almost seems more Clemson-y to me. But yeah, I agree. LSU's Death Valley. I don't know their answer. Tell me what you guys think. We can talk trash about Dabo too.
Yeah, I would think it's more. I guess the more like hostile environment would be LSU, and there's no doubt.
Yeah, I would think so too.
But Death Valley, I think of kind of a desert. I know they have that stupid rock that's up there at the top of their stadium, so maybe
Howard's,
that's why they
right?
call it that. Yeah, Howard's Rock. Who's Howard?
I just want to know how you can't design a stadium. I'm sorry we're going so off tangent. How do you not design a stadium that your team can just run out of their locker room? They have to be bussed around, and we call it the greatest tradition in college, one of the greatest traditions in college sports. A bunch of guys getting on a bus. Like, that doesn't happen every Saturday.
Sounds
It
like
looks like you're
sounds like an
bussing
away game to me.
yeah, you're bussing your own stadium. You can't build a locker room fit for your team. It's hilarious. I will say this for Clemson Death Valley. I think it's Frank Howard is the name of their stadium.
It's Clemson Memorial Stadium.
Oh, I got Frank
Memorial
Howard
Stadium
when I pulled it up. Frank Howard Field. Sorry, that's the difference. Frank Howard Field. Running through your own student section and running down a hill, it's kind of cool.
It does seem very high schoolish, though.
Yeah, but I feel like high school copies most of the time copies college things. It's pretty cool, I think.
Is it also cool when Dabo like sprints down there like by himself?
When you're winning.
I just think it's like it just feels like he just wants a spotlight. So I'm gonna throw shade.
Oh, come on, Landon. You know that's not true. He's all about his players.
Yeah.
He don't want to get paid, but he's all about his players.
Yeah.
Dabo might just be a nicer version of Urban Meyer. I'll say that. Just as fraudulent, but nicer. You can't be as big of a scumbag as Urban Meyer. It's not possible.
So he's not like poking butts. Maybe he's like taking a little picture, a nonchalant picture.
He's too cringy, I think, to be a sexual predator.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Is that too cringy to be a sexual predator? Clip that.
Big bye week. I do want to talk some bye week. I mean, here's what's nice. It is not nothing to talk about. Because if you have stuff to talk about, you mentioned it. You can lose it this week. Can't win it, but you can lose it this week. It's nice that there's nothing to say.
Yeah, there was breaking news on Twitter today that Cedric Tillman was having the tightrope surgery to happen last week. I thought we already talked about that.
I don't think we talked about him having surgery.
Okay. I mean, I've known about it for a while that he was having the Tua's, what Tua had a couple years ago.
Interesting. You should have broke that news. I don't remember hearing that.
I didn't know. I thought it was already broken.
I don't know. You got me. That's good that it happened last week. Based on what I saw, and I haven't read any articles about it. I haven't got into it. That's good that you're a week ahead of schedule from where I thought you were, because I think they said like 2 to 4 weeks. Tua was played 28 days later, but that was also his first opportunity to play. So I don't know if he could have gone earlier. That's a big hit. Obviously, there's we talked about it last week, wide receivers that can kind of fill in production. But if you can keep Cedric Tillman around, you want him.
Yeah, and you want to make sure he's healthy like that. You don't want to mess around with an ankle. I mean, we talked about it when he was game time or, doubtful or questionable for Florida. You're like, why throw him out there and risk like agitating that ankle?
Yeah, you hope, as much as we talked about how crucial of a win Florida was, and it was, like, I'm not going to sit here and deny it. It wasn't your quote-unquote Super Bowl. Like, you have a season ahead of you left. Your fourth game, I mean, I feel like you're going to call me a negaval, and that's fine in this situation.
You are.
You're not a playoff contender this year. as far as your outlook of the season. Yeah, shut me up. Prove me wrong. Gladly. But, I mean, we're sitting here talking about trying to win 9 games. Try to win 10 games this year. As of now, you're just not a playoff contender. Set yourself up to go win those other games. So, yeah, you have a lot more important ball to play. You do that bye week. We talked about how it comes at an opportune time. To go have a surgery that should get you back healthier in 2 to 4 weeks, it comes at a very opportune time. So I wish you had told me earlier because I'm not in the know like Landon is, and yeah, so that I think that bodes even better for Cedric Tillman for Tennessee. That's good.
Yeah, and I kind of read about the surgery a little bit the other day, and it's like the tibia and fibula, they like put these like holes in it and basically like actual like tighten it up kind of like a zip tie.
That sounds terrible.
Tighten those ligaments. I mean, yeah, it makes my ankles hurt just thinking about it. But, yeah, I mean, it kind of changed the game. I know we hate Alabama, but maybe they help us out a little bit and get him back for Alabama.
Was he the first one that did that?
I think it was the first one that kind of put
that surgery like around,
like,
yeah, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey,
I think it's based out of California.
Gotcha.
Spencer Rattler, just do another pick in case you're
love
wondering.
to see it. Heisman candidate Spencer Rattler. I lost $1,000 betting that one. Joke. Yeah, no, that's good for Tennessee down the stretch. I don't know what that means for LSU. I don't know what that means for Alabama. I know we'll talk a little bit of LSU throughout this episode just because that's the next game. But no, I think to kind of get that out of the way during essentially a bye week. I know you said the surgery took place last week, but that you don't want Cedric Tillman to be injured. But if he is, and you can kind of take care of that early on, and he is like this surgery, I haven't read a lot about it. I've just kind of seen the talk about it, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. This surgery is essentially to prevent farther injury to that high ankle sprain.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens there. I don't know any like other bye week news. I mean, there's nothing really kind of come out.
I mean, I didn't realize this watching the game because I don't really pay attention to the sideline, but apparently Hendon Hooker, I know he was kind of like holding his shoulder, but apparently he was going in in and out of the tent with his shoulder. So I think there's not really any kind of news, but I think that is this is a good opportune time for this bye week to happen. You want to get Hendon Hooker healthy. You want to get, Cedric Tillman healthier. D. Williams is another guy that they want to add in the back end that would definitely help some depth issues there. You good?
My dog just threw up everywhere.
Oh, my God.
On the carpet, too.
Ugh.
All right. Be cleaning that up in a minute.
Yeah, and Dylan Sampson is another guy, and Jabari Small's shoulder was, I don't think he was 100% going into Florida, but he played the entire game. So just a good time for guys to get healthy that have been banged up throughout the course of the last 4 games and get them ready for this. I don't want to say gauntlet, but 3 really big games ahead of you.
I mean, this is definitely your gauntlet, and it's one of the tougher schedules in the country. So, yeah, I would say this is a gauntlet for sure.
Okay.
Obviously, the bye week kind of helps alleviate some of that, but it doesn't come in the middle of it. It comes in the front end.
Yeah.
Yeah, you talk about getting people healthy and cleaning crews here. Talk about getting guys healthy. Hendon Hooker is obviously the biggest one. Not that I don't trust Joe Milton, and I don't. I honestly wouldn't hate to kind of see what he does in real snaps. We haven't seen him. We've talked about it, and we've not seen any meaningful snaps from him. But Hendon Hooker's a legitimate Heisman contender. Hendon Hooker doesn't turn the ball over. Hendon Hooker makes plays for you. You want to keep him healthy. So, yeah, getting that one, hopefully getting him back fully healthy. Obviously, there's probably no such thing as 100% after week 1. It's just one of those things about football. If you're lucky enough to be 100% going into week 1, you're probably never going to see it again. So, yeah, hopefully you get him fully back and everything's good to go there. But we'll see. Jabari Small, I think you mentioned him. That's huge too. Sorry, thankfully it doesn't stink. That's my only thing that I'm enjoying right now.
Is it more just like water?
We gave him some nuggets tonight, so I think that just messed with the stomach.
Oh God, yeah, that'd mess with my stomach too. I just can't do the Nuggets anymore. Where are they from?
His favorite Wendy's.
Yeah, Wendy's. I could probably do Wendy's. I can't do McDonald's
Oh
or
no,
Burger
God, they're
King.
so gross.
Yeah.
So gross.
But yeah, so maybe some more. It's an opportune time to tune things up. I mean, Tennessee was absolutely terrible
Did
in the
Spencer
back
just
end.
throw another INT somehow? We just got a comment.
No.
Oh,
I
okay,
think
that was just
yeah,
catching up. Okay.
yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah, if y'all do have any comments or questions, drop those in the chat. We'll be happy to get to those. We do have a bye week, so there's not a ton to talk about, but definitely want to do a show and kind of chat it up a little bit. But yeah, you were terrible in the back end. I mentioned D. Williams getting. I mean, they just need more competition because, and I know corners is something that was highlighted in that game, but if you look at the grades, safeties graded out worse than the corners did.
They didn't play a good game, man. I thought, which I mean, again, I'll give the corners didn't play good. The safeties didn't play good, obviously in pass coverage. The linebackers didn't play good in pass coverage. I just don't think as a team altogether we played good in pass coverage, and obviously that kind of gets highlighted by your corner play. It was all in all a pretty tough game for your defense, and I'll say this to the national media. I don't think I got to say this Sunday. You can't sit here and crown Anthony Richardson a Heisman candidate, a legitimate Heisman contender week 1, and then turn around in week 4 and say he's garbage. You don't get that pleasure. I can say he's garbage and that he tore the Tennessee defense up because I said he was garbage from the beginning, and he just happened to tear my team's defense up.
Mm-hmm.
But no. You don't get to act like it was a shocker that he tore Tennessee's defense up. It was expected. So you don't get to talk this trash about Tennessee's defense. You do not get that pleasure because you crowned him week 1, so shut up.
Yeah.
He should have done that, according to you. According to the national media, he should have done that to Tennessee's defense, so shut up.
Yeah, I mean, I just think this is a time where you could maybe see kind of what else you got. I mean, during a bye week, like you're resting a lot of guys, you're trying to get them healthy. This is a time where your young guys are able to get more reps than they would in any other week leading up to a game, and see kind of what you got. See if there's any kind of combinations that can help that. Does Wesley Walker help in the back end more than he does? Tamari McDonald didn't have a great game at all on Saturday. So, can you get more out of Wesley Walker, who has played a lot of football at Georgia Tech and then transferred here? Andre Turrentine, Danico Slaughter.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate to say this. I shouldn't be like that. But, I mean, I feel like Tennessee kind of missed Warren Burrell last week.
No, I think
at
that's
least
I think that's
depth-wise.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think Warren Burrell was missed. And I said this about and this is where I think you're going to agree that we really missed him. Our secondary just struggled tackling. I know that was highlighted on one play, but that was also pretty consistent throughout. It was obviously really bad one play, but Warren Burrell, he struggled, especially allowing them to come up and play press on receivers. He hasn't been able to do that for whatever reason. I don't know if that trust isn't there, what it is, but he does a good job of coming up and making tackles, and that's where I think you really missed him against Florida.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that one where Kamal Hadden, tried to strip the ball and he ran in for a touchdown. Trayvon Flowers, like I rewatched the game, Trayvon Flowers gets ran over.
Well, and he just looked like he was like,
he just gets
fit. Like he didn't run
just
through
flat
it.
back.
No hips. He looked like he was running up. If you've ever participated in a practice where you just fit, he looked like he was running up, hips, to the guy, and that was it.
Yeah.
It was like the tackle was already made, whistle was blown. No, you gotta get your head across, hips through the ball, and make the tackle. And I thought it was a weird play. Kamal shouldn't have tried to strip it twice. Just make the tackle at one point.
But yeah, the corners I think were around 60% with their grade. McCullough was 56.9%, Flowers was 54.5%, and McDonald was 44.8%. So not great in the secondary all the way around. And I mean, those numbers just jump out to me because, like, when you watch the game in person, you're like, oh my God, our corners are terrible. But then, like, the grades, and I know it is Pro Football Focus, so you got to look at it, take it with a grain of salt. But
that's not good though, because they were high on JG. Are they high on Tennessee secondary? Like, well, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm getting a board that's like 0. It's the incident board that's in warehouses,
Hmm.
and we would just have
0
to
days.
erase it 0 days since we mentioned JG. So I'm just gonna get one in my background, like pardon the interruption, and get that going. So
Woody Page, he has something always written like
yeah,
up on his. Yeah,
I'll get a Woody Page board. That's pardon the
yeah,
interruption, right? I haven't watched that in so long.
yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
cool. I know my stuff.
Wait,
Don't worry about it.
pardon it. No, that's around the horn.
It is around the horn. See, I don't know my stuff. I was
Yeah.
idiot. We got so let's talk about. I know I don't want to be too negative because a win is a win is a win is a win. So let's talk about some surprises this season. I know we've been pleased with a lot of people's play. I'll kick it off, and I don't know if it comes as a complete surprise, but it is. I said it. You got to go out and do it. It's Jalen Hyatt, man. A guy that he talked about early in the spring. Took him a while to get completely bought in. He's bought in now. He feels like not only does he trust the system, the staff, but that he's also being trusted. He felt like this was going to kind of be his time, and he's taking advantage of that. Gets a lot of targets. Pitt, Akron, and then with Cedric Tillman out, gets even more with that happening against Florida, and man, he's taking it and run with it. Jalen Hyatt, just a guy that the potential seems to always have been there, just quite hasn't worked out for whatever reason. Um, he's been crucial. He's going to be. He has been. Is going to continue to be crucial to this football teams and this offense's success. I'm excited to kind of see how they continue to utilize him. He got moved around quite a bit. I know it was mostly some motion stuff, but I think they're just kind of finding unique ways to use him and Brew as well.
Yeah. One of mine, and you're gonna be like, what the heck are you talking about? But mine's Hendon Hooker. And just because like I thought he was really good last year, and we kind of heard that, he was taking the next step, but my, battered ball syndrome kind of took me back a little bit. But man, he's dialed in. He's and we've talked about it a little bit how he started slow these past couple games. Didn't start slow against Florida.
No, he didn't.
I mean, he just seems like he's got total command of this offense, total command of this team. And he's just maybe not surprised is the right word.
I was
but
going to say
he's lived up to the hype, and that doesn't always happen.
Right, and I think for that reason, and maybe he's still got a lot to prove. So so to say maybe lived up to the hype and more is still a stretch right now. But the few things that make him good that he's done really well so far this season is he's maintained possession of the ball. His only turnover came on a strip sack that would have been a turnover on downs anyways. So I don't know if we want to give him that. He hadn't thrown an interception yet.
Yeah.
You mentioned the command of the offense. That's something Josh Heupel's kind of talked about with him. That trust level's there. We continue to throw out that word trust, and it's his offense. This offense, and again, nothing against Joe Milton, but I think dynamically speaking, this offense looks very different if Hendon Hooker isn't in the ballgame.
Yeah.
He has a great command of it. He gets guys. He's just as responsible because of how fast we play for getting guys in the right spot. And for that reason, I think he's got to get better at seeing the defense in the run game. That's one thing that Josh Heupel talked about leading up to the Florida game is how much of the decision is Hendon Hooker's. And so I think he's got to get better there. But when we're talking about things to get better at, that's really about it with Hendon Hooker.
And he's done he's always been good with his feet, but I thought he's done an amazing job this year of eluding defenders in the pocket and then keeping his eyes downfield at the same time.
Yeah.
That play he made, I think, on 3rd and 10 against Florida and on that last drive, I mean, that was one of the best plays he's made all year.
Yeah, he's done a lot better, and I want to credit. I know I've done it a lot this year, but I want to continue to credit this offensive line. I think they played a lot better. I don't know how many they gave up with Milton. Last year, Hendon Hooker was sacked 36 times. He played most of the third game of the season, started from there on out, and he has only been sacked 8 times this season. So that's a pretty big difference from what last year did. And I know it'll get tougher in SEC play, but you played you played one of the better front sevens you'll play, and then Florida's front seven I thought looked pretty good against you.
Yeah, they're not bad.
They
Not bad.
shocked me. I thought they would struggle,
Mhm.
and they played pretty good. So
Yeah. I thought it was surprising last week how you didn't really miss a beat with Cedric Tillman out. And that's why, I want him to be on the field. I think it's great, but I don't think that's even close to your biggest loss.
And I think for that reason we talked about, you don't need to rush him back.
Yeah,
Get him back when he's
absolutely.
healthy. Hopefully he's 100% ready to go by Alabama, because that's a big game, obviously. But I feel like I'm pretty confident in the guys behind him, especially after that game you had from Ramel Keaton.
Yeah, 100%.
So not just talking Hyatt or
Brew.
Brew. Another guy I'll talk about that's kind of surprised me this year, and just mainly because of the role, not necessarily the production, is Jalen Wright. He's kind of been, I know he hadn't technically gotten the start. He's kind of been your go-to guy, though. He's made a lot of crucial plays for you. And I think maybe some of Jabari's health has played a key to that. Try to take more of the load off of him. He struggled. He had those 2 fumbles. But outside of that, man, he's been pretty dang good. So, I mean, I've been pleasantly surprised with him.
It helps that he had that, gator chomp in the end zone.
That was a nice gator chomp. Gator killer. That helps a lot. But I think he's just been – so I'm not surprised with how we've used him. I'm kind of surprised with the amount we've used him, which I think is just going to have to – Jabari's going to have to get alleviated snaps if you want to keep him healthy. But Jalen's done a pretty good job. We got to get that run game going a little bit more, though. I'll say that.
Yeah, I thought it looked a lot better against Florida. Now Florida's giving it up to everybody they played. But yeah, I'm hoping that the Pittsburgh game was just a one-off.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you don't need him to be the stars of the show. You just need him to kind of move it for you a little bit.
Yeah, balance it out just a little bit.
Yeah.
Another guy that I've been super impressed with and has been a surprise of the step that he's taken since last year is Amari Thomas. I think he went from being just a starter for Tennessee to being a force in the SEC. I think he had a really good game against Florida. He had that forced fumble. He's making plays behind the line of scrimmage and even downfield. He's running to the ball, getting to the ball, and plugging holes. And I just think he's done a fantastic job. And it seems like Rodney Garner and this, defensive staff is super high on him because he played like 65 snaps or something like that against Florida, which is insane for a defensive tackle. That's, kind of Matthew Butler-esque. And I know they kind of want to get away from that, but if you're a dude, you're a dude. It's hard to get them off the field.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll stick on the defensive side of the ball. I think everyone will agree with this. Aaron Beasley, a guy who I thought struggled last year, and I thought you're going to have to find someone that can play that position, not named Aaron Beasley. And I think he's probably been your best linebacker so far this season. Nothing to take away from Jeremy Banks. I thought Juwan Mitchell kind of gave you some of what you needed against Florida. I would have liked to see more Aaron Beasley, but I think he's been your best linebacker so far this fall.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm interested to see kind of how that rotation plays out. Like, did we see more of Juwan Mitchell just because of, matchup,
Right.
or what that kind of was about? Because, Aaron Beasley's been playing lights out until Juwan Mitchell got back. So, yeah, I'm interested to see kind of how that plays out. I'm also interested, like, when are we going to see some more young guys?
Yeah, it's only really been like your front four is where most of your young guys have been.
Yeah, and I need to see more of Joshua Joseph. I mean, every time he's in he had 2 hurries against Florida in 8 snaps.
Yeah, but let's not rotate just to rotate. I trust Rodney Garner, but when your guys make plays on a big third down, let's not bring them out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
At least all 4.
Yeah, I agree with that. It takes a long time to get 350 pounds off the field.
Times 4.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd like to see more of Joshua Joseph. I just think he just seems different when he's on the field.
Yeah.
Because I think you need all you can get up front when your secondary plays the way they did on Saturday.
For sure. And I'll say this too. I've been impressed with the defensive line. That's not a knock on them.
Yeah.
I mentioned this before Florida. I think they're light years ahead of where they were this time last year. I still think that.
Yeah, I think they're getting pressure a ton. They're not getting home a lot. And I think a lot of that has to do with we're playing soft coverage.
Yeah, I think if you allow them a split more, like you said, they're getting there. Split second more. Some of those turn into either sacks or throwaways or what it may be, whatever it
Yeah.
may be. So
Turnovers, something.
I would
Yeah.
love to see a turnover. I'm gonna pull up his stats because I'm not sure of him. This is kind of my last guy that surprised me. It's Chase Mcgrath. I know he did struggle with I feel like he just missed a lot of crucial and I have to go back and look at him individually. I never felt super confident when he walked on the field for a crucial field goal. And I know he hadn't seen a ton of crucial field goals this year, but the one at Pitt turned to be crucial. The first scoring drive of Tennessee's turned to be crucial. He's given me a sense of confidence. I don't know that Tennessee's had in a field goal kicker. I mean, I guess Brent Samaglia in 2019 had that.
Yeah, C-Mag was pretty
But
dang
2020
good.
he struggled.
Yeah.
Was he still here? When did he transfer? Was it after 2020?
No, I think after 2019
he did. I can't remember, but
I can't remember what it was.
I feel like he had one year that was not great after his good year. But
maybe it was 2020.
You just want that confidence and you want the team to have that confidence when even if you have to kick a little bit of a long field goal when that guy steps out.
Shane Beamer. He's walking to the locker room doing this. They're up 22-0 against South Carolina State. No, he was just like pumping his fist.
Oh, good for him. Hey, you got to get your wins. He just wants to win the fourth quarter. He's still got a quarter to go. He's still fired up. This is pregame for Shane Beamer. Yeah. Warm-ups. But I think Chase Mcgrath is hitting the ball stronger. I talked about it. He's always been pretty accurate, but really want to see those crucial kicks be made, and he's done a good job of doing that. So yeah, I'm if we ever get in a situation where we need a crucial field goal, I feel a lot more confident this year than I did last year.
Yeah. I got one more, and I'm going Josh Heupel, man.
All right.
Dialing it up on offense, number one. I mean, we have people running butt naked open. And people were like, oh, South Carolina or Florida's secondary had busted coverage.
There's for a reason, brother.
There's something to it. And it wasn't just against Florida. I mean, we have people open, it seems like, all the time.
Yeah.
Now maybe not where they're, nowhere to be seen in the camera on television, but I mean, there's people open. Jalen Hyatt had 2 big catches in that game across the middle that were wide open.
Yeah.
That one, later on in the game to Jacob Warren. I mean, that was just, and I think Hendon Hooker talked on that Smoky Mountain Club with Josh Dobbs about that play, and he was like, "Yeah, I just saw where, he said he got him, and so he's like, well, I'm going to hold the safety, and there was no one in the flat, and then Jacob Warren just turned it up, and it was open."
It was probably the two ones that stand out are Brew on the same sideline going the same way, Brew McCoy and Jacob Warren just butt naked. Now I'd like to see maybe some. I'm not gonna ask Jacob Warren to go 70 yards to the house, but maybe like to see some touchdowns be scored on those big plays.
Yeah, maybe try to jump over somebody or maybe a little juke move. I don't know. Yeah, I'd like to see more of an effort to break that tackle and get to the end zone, but we're just killing the clock. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's an identity of this team for sure. Milking it a little bit.
But yeah, Josh Heupel and just dialing up on offense, and I just think he has a different feel about the program. I know you listen. I listened to just a short video of Arian Foster. You probably listened to the whole thing. And maybe Josh Heupel didn't get all the credit for this, but he's just got a different feel around the program. A guy like Arian Foster, and you know more about it than I do, but him to come back and kind of get that, love that he hadn't and he hadn't been back in like 10 years.
He hadn't been to a single Tennessee football game since he's graduated.
Yeah.
He came back for a spring game 10 years ago.
That tells you a lot about where the program's at as a whole.
Yeah, I think Josh Heupel gets a lot of credit for that, but I said this the other day. I can't remember to who. I think I was talking on Twitter. I think Danny White, Josh Heupel, and Tony Vitello have done a lot, not only to reinvigorate this fan base, but I think they've kind of turned some of what was, I don't want to use the word like seen as toxicity, but also it was toxic. It was a toxic environment. They've kind of like bought into the craziness, bought into just the insanity that is Tennessee sports
Yeah.
as a whole. And their buy-in of it has kind of turned it to where it's not toxic. It's just kind of crazy. Like Josh
Gotcha.
Heupel could have come out and he would have, he would have lost some of the fan base. He wouldn't have lost all of it. And if he had said, we don't need to be throwing trash on the field. Like that doesn't need to be a thing. Let's not do that anymore. If he had said that, but instead of comment, he didn't even comment on it. He just uses an opportunity to be like, this is the best fan base in America. Like, hate that happened, but it's the best fan base in America. And then I think, was it SEC Media Days? He even kind of made a joke about it, about he didn't get any golf balls, to be signed. And so I think them buying into it, Tony Vitello, just like I tell my girlfriend all the time, she's crazy. She's absolutely, I think you tell Raven that, like, you're crazy.
Oh yeah.
And I love
Not
you.
a day goes by then I don't
Yeah,
say
you're
that.
absolutely crazy. And so I think that kind of like buy-in from them of like loving the crazy has allowed that crazy to be more positive. And
So
so
what
I
you're
think,
saying is we're attracted to crazy.
yeah,
That's
for
what you're
sure.
saying.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 100%. But yeah, I think they have done, Josh Heupel obviously gets a lot of credit for that, but Danny White too, and you've seen it with Tony Vitello, is just spurned crazy in the right direction. And I think for Arian Foster, it's what a lot of us know. And I know too, he's been away from the program for 10 years. And when you're away from it and your only interactions is on social media, most of social media is negative. It's cesspool. It sucks. There's a lot of positive there, but
Unless you're winning.
but even then, most of what you see, like, people were commenting back to Arian Foster when he was like, it was great to be back on campus. They were like, you said you hated Tennessee, don't ever come back. Like, someone was giving a hard time about, are you going to fumble that too? It's like, brother, he fumbled 5 times in his career. 3 of them were lost. They came at inopportune times, but that's the stat. He's the second career leading rusher in Tennessee football history. Arian Foster was a great running back. I don't know what some of these fan bases are calling it. And I think too, and I'll be the first one
Well,
to
those are the
apologize.
same people that wanted Lane Kiffin to come back.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll be the kind of first one to say it. When I was younger, and it kind of, you said you watched some of that video. The entire video is 8 minutes long, and he gets emotional, and it's really cool to see. And it kind of reminds you why you love, number one, you love college football. Number two, you love Tennessee football. Like, when I was young, and we were pretty young when Arian Foster first made that comment about the tacos, which wasn't him hating on Tennessee. And his hate for Tennessee isn't really a hate for Tennessee. That's not the right way to say it. I just wanted to kind of put that out there.
What's the taco thing? I don't. I'm sorry. I'm just not aware of what.
I'll let you. So it's a hate for the NCAA. I'll get to that real
Okay.
quick. But it's a hate for the NCAA and the not paying the players and taking advantage of people, of kids, and who grew up in bad situations. Now they get to come play for free. And I know it's a college degree and that's big, but you're talking about, I mean, listen, for all of Jeremy Pruitt's faults, if I'm in Jeremy Pruitt and Casey Pruitt's shoes, and a player of mine, and I'm making $4 million a year, and a player of mine comes and says, my mom can't pay for her hospital bill, she has cancer, I'm writing a check. You can fire me all you want, I'm writing a check. Like, that's happening. So you get kids in these situations, it's hard. And when you're that kid in that situation, how do you not learn to hate that institution that's putting you there? Like, college degree is great, but that ain't paying the bills right now. And so that's tough when you're filling out a 100,000 seat stadium every Saturday and you're not seeing a dime of that. And and people forget, when Arian Foster played, they didn't have the meal service that they've got now. They didn't have their own cafeteria. Like, that was not a thing. So he said, this is when he was in the NFL. He was gone 10 years after the fact, probably, maybe more. And he just said that when he was in college, he texted one of his coaches and was like, yo, we're hungry. And if we don't get fed, we're going to do something stupid. Like, I guess to get fed. I don't know what that means.
Oh, okay. So I did see that.
And he said the coach brought him and his buddies tacos. And so a lot of people made it like sound like he was dissing Tennessee and trying to get Tennessee in trouble with the NCAA. Well, I remember that interview you said it in. That was just like a kind of like a one-off comment about NCAA football, kind of, and about players not being. I think it all came out during the Shabazz Napier stuff. I think that's when it all came out, 2011ish. Maybe a little bit later. So yeah, it's a dumb thing that a lot of people held over his head just because dude speaks his mind. He is who he is. He's unapologetic about it. And he's always been anti NCAA and what they've done. And he's always said NIL is great. I'd like to see maybe more be available for the players. But I mean, I think his comments too was a reminder. Like, I know these dudes are 18 to 22 years old, or if you're Hendon Hooker's age, I mean, he's what, 24 now.
Yeah.
But they're young, man. Like, what were you thinking doing at that age? I know we're just past it, but it's like your attitude, your thoughts, everything's being molded during that time, and you're still learning a lot. And I loved what he said, because I think a lot of people should kind of reflect on where they're at now, where they were at when they were young. Like, the things that happened then, you don't really know what happened because you didn't know how to handle your emotions then. And so you maybe weren't able to see everything going on around you and understand everything going on around you. And I'm paraphrasing for him. You need to watch a video because it's great. I can't put into words what he said. I'm not going to completely try, but this is
Yeah.
kind of this is what I took away from it. Everything kind of going on then, because of the emotions that you weren't equipped with. Nobody's equipped with at that age. It's just kind of part of getting older and growing up and doing all that stuff. That until you kind of get removed from that situation, you don't understand how either good and or bad for it, depending on it, was for you. And so for him to come back now, older, more mature, he understands the positive that came out of Tennessee. And he understands what Tennessee did for him, what it meant to him. That's not saying he still agrees with how the NCAA runs it, and because Tennessee's part of the NCAA, how they run everything. But he's much more appreciative, is how I took it, of what took place in Knoxville for him. And
Yeah. And this is what I got out of it too, and kind of adding on to what you said, and that's awesome that happened this weekend where you're able to get him in. I don't know like how he was like not forced, but like how he was.
Shout out Big T. Big T helped.
They just convinced him to come. Is that kind of how that happened?
Well, so he's been doing that podcast that Big T's on, macrodosing. So he's been around. They plan to come to the Florida game. He's always been and it was a kind of a funny quip a couple months ago, because they were like, I thought you hated Tennessee. And that's when he kind of started to explain his position. He's been in a group text with his entire recruiting class since he's left Tennessee. Like, they've all stayed friends, all stayed in a group text. Like, he's talked about hanging out with Ramon Foster. He texts with whoever, I don't know who all was in that recruiting class, but that group. And so I think that helped bring him back too. But the entire podcast planned to come down for that game.
Okay.
And do Tennessee, Florida. So, and then Barstool College Football Show planned on coming, so he was a part of that too.
Yeah, what I got from it a little bit is just like he was so focused in on that maybe he didn't get to enjoy a lot of it. Like that kind of like he didn't get to like I don't think he realized like how much love he actually had while he was here.
Well, I think this is for everybody. Again, kind of what I took out of it. The negatives oftentimes kind of outweigh the positives. I mean, I think for everybody, anytime you've done anything good, and this is a case of if you do anything, you may get all the praises in the world, but that first negative comment or that first negative thing that happens, that's what you remember.
Yep.
And I think that's kind of played into it a little bit. Again, I don't want to put words in his mouth or anything, but that's kind of what for my personal situation, what I took away from it. And obviously my personal situation isn't a Tennessee athlete that got a bunch of hate on social media for really no reason. But just my personal life. That's why I think two things you can take away from it is, as a Tennessee fan, college football fan, that, and then also, I mean, I just think it's a great life lesson. So
yeah, and there wasn't a ton of highs in that time period anyway, right?
he did play an SEC championship game.
Oh, okay, so that was his time. Okay,
yeah, he played with Eric Ainge. He was on that 07 team, I think. Is that right? Yep. So, yeah, no, he was. I mean, I've always loved Arian Foster. Like I said, when he first said that, I was pretty young, and I didn't have a great perspective on that stuff. Obviously, my position's changed since I've gotten older, on like the NIL and paying players and all that stuff. And I still don't know if there's a great way to go about that stuff, but I disagree with him, and I took it as a passionate UT fan. I took it as hate on him. And even before all this, I learned to love Arian Foster, and I learned that a lot of the hate was unnecessary and stupid. And I've listened to him. I've listened to some of his podcasts, and I don't agree with him on everything. Just like I don't agree with Landon on everything. So, but I've listened to him, but I've listened to him more, and definitely like understood his perspective and his reasoning and kind of why he goes about things. So I love Arian Foster. When he played, I loved him. one of the best running backs in Tennessee history. That's undeniable. He's second in career rushing yards. So I'm glad to see him come back, and I hope he comes back for more, especially because he started out pretty nice getting a win over Florida. So
yeah, maybe does he cancel out the Peyton Manning curse?
So did Peyton come?
I don't think he did. Which
I don't think he did either. Does he believe in the curse?
Do we just have to get him here for every single game, and so we just break it eventually? Is that what we have to do?
I kind of think so.
All right, wait till after Alabama. And then...
He's going to be at LSU. Come on, that's Manning country.
Oh,
come on. He's
maybe
be at LSU.
We got to figure out kind of what we're doing about that. But yeah, I'm super excited to go there. That's awesome that Arian, again, going back to Josh Heupel, like he kind of allows that stuff to like be around the program.
Yeah,
like microdosing and Barstool, like they're in the indoor facility. I know they have some
brand, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I don't think every coach at Tennessee would allow that to happen.
Well, we know one that definitely wouldn't have.
100%.
Yeah, no, it's definitely cool, and I don't know like how much Arian and Josh have talked and interacted. I can't imagine much before this weekend, but I mean, one of like the first 10 people to say congratulations to him on the field outside of Theo and Caleb were Arian Foster. So
yeah,
he dapped him up as he went to the south end zone to waltz. And
also, how the hell does Theo Vaughn get a freaking field pass?
He got it from Josh Dobbs.
Oh, did he?
Well, he got his tickets from Josh Dobbs. I'm assuming, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Apparently him and Caleb got him from Josh
So
Dobbs.
is Caleb Presley a Tennessee fan?
He grew up a Tennessee fan.
Okay.
That's another quarterback Tennessee.
I always just kind of assume him as a North Carolina guy, but
yeah, I mean he obviously went there, and I think he has love for North Carolina. But Theo on that podcast mentioned that
he had a picture.
He had pictures of him, the size of a hot dog. Those are the OG Smoky dogs. They were size of babies.
He said Caleb was a little frank.
So yeah, he grew up a Tennessee fan, which isn't shocking for. I think Caleb's from Western Carolina. Not shocking for Western Carolina people.
Yeah.
So pretty common.
Yeah. Let's talk about this Nooner a little bit. I like it.
You know what I thought about when you put in Nooner?
Gonna
find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight. My motto's always been when it's right, while waiting till the middle of a cold, dark night. When everything's a little clearer in the light of day. Well, the night is always gonna be there anyways. Looking at the places of my life, looking forward to a little afternoon delight. Rubbing 6 stones together makes the stars at night. I'm not loving you is getting so excited. Sky rockets in flight. Woo! Afternoon delight. Whoop! Afternoon delight.
Dude, love it. I'm about to take my
I love Anchorman.
Dude, Anchorman. So I got a great story from Saturday that I got told the other day. Sorry, this just reminded me of taking my pants off.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you're about to find out why it reminds me of it. So a guy that I work with, he was like, so I got to tell you the story. He's like, there's this drunk guy, and he was running around the stadium, cheering and just making a scene. Well, he gets so drunk that this man like takes his pants off and starts running.
Excited.
Around.
Was it after a Tennessee touchdown? Because I get it.
Like the whole game.
Oh, they just let him?
Apparently he wasn't hurting anybody. He was just doing his thing with his pants off. But no crap. This dude is literally just standing up clapping and just in freaking not even briefs, just Hanes, whitey totties.
Was he in the party deck? Does anything go in the party deck?
No, he was just upper deck, just chilling like a normal fan.
My
just
gosh.
No pants.
That's scary.
Yeah. Especially 2022. That is
surprising. Come on, bro.
But also that's awesome.
I thought you were gonna talk about someone getting some afternoon delight in Neyland.
Oh, maybe.
I actually know someone.
Maybe he did. Maybe that's how he lost his pants.
He lost his pants. I know someone in 16. I don't know him personally. I know of them.
They got busy.
Little afternoon delight in the south
trough?
end zone. Yeah.
In the trough.
Well, not in the trough, but in a bathroom with troughs. So.
God.
We won that year, didn't we? That's what we need. We need someone. If no one's doing the no pants dance, we aren't going to beat Florida. That's what we found out.
Somebody has to, take their pants off.
Someone has to. I don't know who's going to be the first, but someone has to.
Man.
It won't be me. I will get kicked
Also,
out.
like to them, congrats.
Oh, for sure. Are you kidding me?
I mean, what a story.
It would have been better.
Did they get arrested or anything?
I don't think so. It also could have been, Cap. I wasn't there.
Oh,
it could have been. I mean, I don't know the person. Could have been Cap.
You didn't take a little peek over the stall there?
No, I wasn't there for it. I was told about this probably a year later. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you tell that story if we lost?
No. Well, maybe. They're the curse.
Yeah.
Maybe so. All right, Nooner. Sorry, this is why you shouldn't have labeled it Nooner. That was my first thought. So, it's exciting. I'm pumped. I know it's not ideal, but I like it. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, whatever.
We're going out after.
Yeah, I think that's what kind of like makes me feel a lot better about it. We get to actually enjoy kind of Baton Rouge after. I don't know if there's a lot to enjoy. I've never been.
I think we can tailgate now, sort of.
Yeah, like we don't like after a 7:00 game, and I think we've kind of got to the point where we don't like have to go out after a win anymore. Especially like we got there at 6 a.m. It was about 8 p.m. when we were leaving.
Yeah.
Cool Beans sounded great, like 6 hours ago. It didn't sound great.
You were like, let's go to Cool Beans, and I was like, I'm not going out. And me and Sam made that slot bet. And then when we started winning, I was like, yeah, I might be going out. Originally, it didn't start sounding good until we went up like 10, and then I got a little fired up.
Yeah, and we're going to after the game, it didn't. My feet were killing me. But yeah, we do kind of get to enjoy it a little bit, and this team practices in the morning.
Yeah,
this Tennessee team is a morning practice team.
Did we
guess who we freaking destroyed at 11 a.m. local time last year?
Oh, last year, okay.
Yeah, it was Missouri. I mean, and we beat the living dog shit out of them.
I know you're going back to
LSU
the 18 Auburn game. I thought that's what you're going back to.
Oh, no. I know LSU is different than Missouri, but I think this team is perfectly comfortable playing at 11 a.m.
18 Auburn team, though?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. And this team is way different than the 18 Tennessee team. That's for sure.
100%. Good God.
Very different. No, do we know when LSU practices? I know I mentioned that to someone, and I was like, I don't know when LSU practices. But, I mean, the good thing is Tennessee does. So, I mean, that doesn't change that.
Oh, Brian Kelly goes 2-a-days.
Oh, is he trying to kill more kids or something?
Yeah, 100%.
God. No, I think it'll.
Factory Jones says Cool Beans is still a place? ? Absolutely, it's still a place. They still got the trough.
I'll see you there, Factory Jones.
Yeah,
I like that name too. Can't see your Abby, but I love that name. Cool Beans is 100% still a place.
We were there last year.
We went baseball season last year for the.
It was baseball season.
We didn't know it was the crawfish boil, but we were there for it.
Yeah,
you gotta go to the Cool Beans crawfish boil. Come on.
Yeah, great time.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wanted to go out just to eat, but I ended up getting ponchos, so that worked out real well. I almost died. I ate probably 6 lemon cookies when we got back to the car. Shout out Ham and Goodies. Haven't given them a shout out yet. Logo right here, greatest in the land.
Dude, underrated. Get the strawberry. I know people love the lemon.
I've never had strawberry.
Dude, I had one before I got on the show. Incredible. I've had one the past 3 nights.
Well, shout out to Ham and Goodies, always taking care of us at the tailgate, and then obviously beyond, as you can tell. So shout out to them. Make sure if you come by tailgate, come and get some Ham and Goodies too. They're the best cookies, and probably the best cookies ever.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a stretch? I don't think it is.
No, I don't think it is.
I said best cookies in Knoxville, and I was like, they're better than that.
Yeah.
Shout out.
No, yeah. It's got to be Ham and Goodies.
For sure.
I mean, I don't even like lemon anything, and I like their lemon cookies.
I'm like a lemon lime fiend.
Yeah. But I'm a whore for some strawberry. Oh my God.
Pants are off.
Dude. No doubt.
Maybe we can get some.
I like what no pants dance. I like that. That's a good term. We should print the shirts.
You can't take them off at LSU. You'll end up with some corn dogs real quick.
Oh.
Why are they known? Why are the girls known as? What's that joke?
They're known as corn dogs.
Well, they're known as like smelling like corn dogs, I think, or like eating a lot of corn dogs. I don't know what the joke is.
The
There's something
girls are.
Yeah, there's something around corn dogs down in Baton Rouge. I don't know
It's
the joke
corn.
exactly.
Oh my! I don't know about this joke, but I'd love to know.
You don't know about this joke?
No.
Huh? Maybe I made
Corn
it up.
dogs, Jackie. That's insane. I love that.
Yeah.
Now I'm super excited.
We'll eat some footlongs. We're down.
Yeah, I'm excited to eat. I'm also excited to like meet some like real Cajun people and just try to understand what they're saying.
We're probably not going to meet a single real Cajun person in Baton Rouge.
Probably not, but we might.
Maybe we'll bump into Edo running in the morning.
He's at Miami.
You think he's living it up in Miami? He's a Louisiana boy, isn't he?
Shit.
We had to evacuate this week. He may be at his home in Baton Rouge. That boy's got 6 homes. He's got a $15 million buyout sitting on the table.
There ain't no way he still has a home in Baton Rouge. No way.
I bet he has a home. I'm not saying that's his home. You text him back or not?
What'd he say?
I think he's hopping on, so we can talk some college football here too. I'll say this, man. I don't feel good about my picks at all this week, and probably because a lot of mine are just straight up stupid.
Yeah,
but
I have 15 total bets this weekend.
I only have 5. I only have 5 right now. I wanted to bet on some Thursday night action since it came in, but no lines I liked. Was it just
I'm doing a lot of teasers, a lot of 2-team teasers.
I've already got 1 2-team teaser in.
I want to change this game. I cannot stand watching this.
What other games are on tonight?
BYU plays tonight.
Oh, okay. I bet on that game. I have BYU. I teased them down, and Houston Tulane play tomorrow. I teased BYU down. Let me look.
Yeah, I teased it. I think the 20.
Was it? I thought it was at 20. Was it 24?
Was it 24?
Was it 24? Okay, I'll tease it down to 20 then. They're up 14-7 right now.
Okay. Don't
turn that game online and you can update us.
Yeah, it's 14-7.
Okay. And then I've got Houston plus 4.5 against Tulane. Oh, I teased BYU all the way down to 17.
Oh, okay.
It was plus 100. It stayed at plus 100. That's why I did it.
Okay.
So I took 7 points off of it. I feel good about that.
I like it.
A Houston plus 4.5. Feel good about that. We'll see. I'll tell you one game I wanted to take just because I feel like it has to pay out at some point. Texas Tech plus 7.5. Kansas State coming off that high. Do they just get beat after that win over Oklahoma?
Dude, I'm thinking the same thing, kind of opposite.
Okay.
I love Wake Forest plus 7 against Florida State.
Oh, I don't hate that. Texas Tech had a big win last week too. Glad I haven't taken that yet. Who has the bigger high? Who has the bigger come down this week? Texas Tech or Kansas State?
It's got to be Texas Tech, right? Kansas State lost to Tulane. It might be.
Texas Tech lost to NC State, and they suck. Tulane will beat NC State. I'm not going to bet on that game. I'm staying away from it. None of these are my locks. What do we feel about Michigan versus Iowa? Minus 10.5.
I don't love 10.5. I think Michigan wins, and I've teased them down quite a bit.
I feel like Michigan should win by 10.5, though, right? I know what you're saying. I just feel like they should win by 10.5. Iowa can't score. Yeah,
Iowa can't. I think this might be like 10-0. Like it could be a game like that, where if Iowa gets like a random touchdown, like it could be over. Like
Iowa wins 10-9 or something stupid.
Yeah. Or if they get a random touchdown, like I don't know if there's a chance that Michigan covers after that.
Okay. Yeah. That's fair.
Because Iowa has a really good defense, but they cannot score.
Right. How do we feel about Oregon State plus 10.5 to Utah? That one's
I like that one too.
A fancy plus 10.5.
Yeah, I like it, but I hate the line. That makes me think there's a catch.
I think it could be a lot like Tennessee, Florida last week. Identical line. The over/under just doesn't. I think if the under hits 54.5, Utah wins. I think if the over hits, I think it is. If the under hits, Utah covers. If the over hits, I think it's a shootout. Person to get the ball last.
Okay, I like that. Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to double up on that and go with your heart. I think I'm just going to take Oregon State plus 10.5. I may even throw them in a 2-team with Michigan. Tease it down 3 or 4 points.
So I did Michigan minus 4.5 and Alabama minus 11 plus.
So
110.
so you may like this one. I've thought about going Arkansas plus 17.5. I've even thought about locking it.
Ooh.
I just feel like
Bama hasn't been great at home the last couple of seasons.
Well,
Like covering wise. Or on the road, I'm sorry. On the road.
This is just the game that Arkansas is going to get up for. This is going to be their best game of the year, probably.
Yep.
They shouldn't have lost to A&M either. KJ Jefferson went full JG. He went full JG. I don't know if you can see what I was doing. I was erasing the board.
There's another one, yeah.
Went full JG, and then they field goal kicker misses a chip shot by hitting it off the top of the upright. So they should have won that game. How do we feel about Penn State being favored 25 points to Northwestern? We take Northwestern to cover, right?
Pat Fitzgerald's a dead man walking.
But 25 points?
That's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points, gentlemen.
I'm staying away from that game, but
yeah, I don't bet on bad teams.
As you told us before.
All right, let's kick this thing off. Caleb, you want to go first with your first lock?
Yeah, I'll start. My first one, minus 150 is fine, right?
Yeah.
All right, Washington, money line over UCLA. UCLA sucks. Washington is playing Rose Bowl in front of about 2,300 of the rowdiest fans in LA. I got Washington money line.
Don't hate it. Is that one of yours as well?
Yeah, I do have Washington.
Do you have cover or money line? It was only like 2 or 3, I think.
Yeah, I have money. It's minus 146 on FanDuel right now.
Okay, I took it on DraftKings.
Okay.
Minus 150. We said minus 170 was our limit, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Lowest
yeah.
okay.
If you want to take something, minus 10,000, that's you. Whatever you want to do.
Well, I can go 5-0 every week if you on those odds.
All right, Dylan, you're first. Since you just want to go eat and not invite us, yeah, that's cool. Whatever.
I'm sorry, man. Hey, we did go to Soy Bistro, a little guy's diner drive-in and dive place out here. So
Soy Bistro?
Guy Fieri?
Yes.
What'd you get?
Frosted tips and everything. That guy. Just traditional fried rice with some chicken in it.
Oh, you didn't get the burger? That's the only thing I know that Guy Fieri makes is the burgers on the cruise.
He didn't make it. He went to this restaurant to try it out. Jeez,
Wait, what?
Yourself, man.
Diners, drive-ins, and dives. It's his show where he goes to different places and eats.
And tries the food out. Phenomenal. It's an Asian type place.
You did call it a bistro. That's pretty confusing. I kind of assumed burgers might have been on the
That's
menu.
That's the name, man.
I understand that.
Well, you said soy, and I was like, this doesn't seem like Guy at all.
You're such a soy boy.
I mean, maybe it's just a Spanish way of saying hi, bistro. Like soy bistro.
Soy.
Anyways, back to the point. Michigan State, Maryland, under 60. You can lock that one in. I don't trust either of those teams to score 30 points, let alone both of them.
Say that one more time.
I'm going to be – I was trying to tweet. I was like, I'm going to be honest. I wasn't listening.
Michigan State, Maryland, under 60.
I like that.
Ooh.
I like that. I'm going to tell that.
Maryland might score 60 on Michigan State.
No,
Michigan
they won't.
State. Michigan State is terrible.
Jesse can just hop in. He doesn't have to listen. Thank you for the listen, though, Jesse. Love you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Caleb? Or Dylan, sorry. I forget how to snake draft works every time.
You never win.
Oh, I said
he did.
Also
he
had Washington.
Yes, he
did. Okay. I'll give you that.
Yes. Okay.
So we went under on the first one, over on the next one, which is Miami, Ohio, and Buffalo. Over 50.5. I like it. It's a very low number, I feel like. I know Landon doesn't bet on bad teams, but there's money to be made.
All right, say it one more time for the listeners. Sorry. Utah State was...
Turn off Shane Beamer.
That might have been a touchdown. What was it again?
Miami, Ohio, Buffalo, over 50.5.
Sorry, I just got lost in the bad teams.
Oh
What bad teams are you watching? BYU?
Yeah, BYU just sucking, you know. God, unbelievable.
All right,
It
Miami.
happens.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, go on, Landon.
It's your turn. You went first, or I guess it is my turn. Damn it.
One day you're gonna learn this.
Oklahoma -6.5 over TCU.
Okay.
I hope you get burned again by two bad teams.
Oklahoma's a good team. They're gonna have their hair on fire.
They got beat by Adrian Martinez.
They're gonna have their
JG 2.0.
They're gonna have their hair on fire this week. So I'm going full on Dylan Gabriel, that running back that we shall not name, and Marvin Mims. So
Whatever. All right, this one. This is not my
also
lock.
Sonny Dykes. No.
That's gonna be a good clip for out of context college football. My first one.
Sonny.
I'm gonna give you a little tease of this one.
Okay.
I'm on Kentucky. I got them at +8.5 in Oxford.
Okay.
Let me give you my lock though. Chris Rodriguez is back. Lane Kiffin letting the fans have it. Kentucky to win. Underdog gets a dub on the road in Oxford, Mississippi. Ole Miss stinks. Kentucky got them at +205. Take it. Double dip. +8.5, +2. Well, I think it's +7 now. +7. Take them. Money line +2.5. Take them. Money line to the bank.
Don't know how I feel about that.
You'll feel good about it on Saturday night.
I do feel like their rating in the football poll is a fraudulent rating.
I mean, not yet. Who should be above them right now in the rankings?
Okay, fair. You got me there.
We can't yet. Next week.
Landon, do you have a question?
No, it's me. I should be ahead of Kentucky.
Hey, that Kentucky win in November is going to be a whole lot sweeter.
They jumped like 18 spots
You're not wrong.
because they beat Florida.
It's going to be a whole lot sweeter because they're going to win some ball games this year, and Tennessee's still going to whoop them in Neyland.
Where's Will Levis in this Heisman talk?
Will Levis is not a Heisman quarterback. He is a good enough quarterback to go beat Lane Kiffin and his raggedy crew.
Hey, yeah. Only thing I'll give him, he's going to be making some money as a backup in the NFL.
I'll take that money if he doesn't want it.
That's what I'm saying. Years. Like, you can't. That's 2 years of being paid.
He's going to be in the XFL drinking freaking mayonnaise protein shakes.
You do that too. Go ahead, Lane. Your second pick.
Third
pick. Sorry, third. Wait, it's me again. Sorry, me
it's
again.
You.
I locked it. I talked about how much I don't know if I like it. I haven't taken it yet, and the line went up 0.5 point, so that's even better. Oregon State +10.5.
Okay.
Oregon State to cover that against Utah.
Me again.
You again.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go an under. Cal, Washington State under 53.5. These teams combined for 27 points last year. Lock it down.
Did I send you my locks? How are you taking these from me?
I'm taking these from you crackhead.
Hey, I mean, it's on the list here.
You just
the fact that you're on it as well makes me feel better about it.
Is that your next lock?
That should make you feel worse than how I've been the past couple weeks.
All right, let's hear the fourth one.
Number 4, I'm loving Fresno this week. -24. I think they cover easy. It's a lot of points.
Who are they playing easy. Again?
UConn.
Oh God, UConn's damn terrible. Fresno State's not great either, though.
Okay,
I like that.
I kind of like that. I'm probably gonna stay away because of the amount of points, but I don't hate it.
Maybe tease it down to 20.
I thought about looking more at like team totals this week, but there wasn't any that I really loved, so we're sticking with over/under spreads.
Okay. My last one is an over. We're going triple option over. Air Force and Navy over 37.5. Guess how many points per game Air Force has? 37.8. Lock it down. 37.5. Air Force is going to do it themselves. It doesn't matter.
Fair point. I don't hate it.
I like it. That might be added to the list here.
Lock it down.
I'm going to change my Kentucky one. Just take me +8.5. Well, +7. You can have +7. I'll take that. That was too bold.
Sprinkle money line, baby.
Yeah, no, sprinkle money line. I'm just saying lock.
Oh, okay.
Lock.
You're not putting a full unit on that, baby?
No.
Dude, let's put some units on something.
I already have. But I'm not telling the people to. My next one, again, I am iffy about this. I'm definitely going to tease it up. Me and Landon talked about this before you hopped on, Dylan. It's Arkansas +17.5. I think they cover that. This is their Super Bowl, and they should be proud of it because I think they're gonna make a game of it. +17.5, I think's good money.
Can I get a score prediction for that game?
I think it's pretty low. Well, considering Bama low, I think it's like 31-20 something, 31-27, 31-24. Yeah, I think it's a nice little.
I think
fight.
it'll be in that ballpark. The under is enticing in that game.
I got 2 teasers where Alabama -11.
Don't hate it.
We can't forget Texas A&M beat Arkansas.
Yeah, but that was way more about them crapping the bed than A&M winning it. Arkansas lost that game. A&M didn't win it. My last one, Baylor money line against Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's not a good football team. Barely beat Arizona State. Got into a shootout with Central Michigan and the Shark Humper up there. Baylor somehow wins ball games. So I've got Baylor money line winning this one -140.
I also like Clemson.
Clemson to
cover or win. They're -7.
I think I'd like it better if it was 6.5. But who are they playing again?
NC State.
NC State, yes. NC State's terrible.
Lock that ish. Lock it.
NC State is not going to score a freaking touchdown on this Clemson defense. That team is trash.
They will score a touchdown in their own end zone.
I do safety of sorts.
I do have a money line.
Before we move on, I want to do a Virginia parlay, if you will.
Okay.
Duke -2.5. Virginia parlay, and then Virginia is 8.5-point dogs in North Carolina. Take North Carolina to cover. That's your Virginia parlay. The Virginia stink. Take them to get beat in that parlay. Take the other teams to cover. Easy money.
Do we like Wake Forest and Florida State over 66.5?
No.
Don't hate it. Don't love it.
Wake Forest scores a lot.
All right, lock it, Landon. Lock it.
People score a lot on Wake Forest.
Lock it.
DJ had it.
Lock
DJ
it.
Uyunglele.
Say it, Landon.
Uglielele.
Uyunglele had like 5 touchdown passes.
Lock it in.
Wake
Lock
Forest.
it.
Lock it, baby. It's locked.
Do it. All right, thank you. Golly.
Over.
Let me talk you out of it.
Let's see that receipt. Let's see it.
I already put it in.
That's a good way to get hacked. Don't do that. To all the bettors out there, make sure you keep that private.
Wait, if I screenshot it, you can hack my account?
I'm sure hackers can. It's got like the bet ID on there.
Money in that account to get anything out of it.
You talking about yours? Because we're talking about your bet here.
No, we're talking about yours.
Talking about Landy Locks over here. More like Lando Lakes because he'd be fumbling those picks. Lando Lakes is a butter brand if you didn't know.
That was good.
You're welcome.
That took me a minute. That was good.
Yeah, I was like, what?
I didn't know. That was good.
I thought you were just naming like a place on Fortnite.
That was probably the most clever thing you've ever said, and it went right over my head. That was good stuff.
Most
also,
things do.
They had to change the logo though, Dylan. That's pretty controversial, my friend.
Yeah, pretty racist of you.
Yeah, that is.
Whoa.
You want to stand by that statement?
Yes, I'll stand by it. I had no intent there. We're just talking butter.
Intention that you can't judge intentions. It's targeting or it's not. I guess that's
Fair.
it. We can't judge what you meant to do, only what you did.
Hey, do y'all also like Houston money line?
Who they play this week?
Yes.
Tulane?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm taking Houston. That's another lock.
You just put 6 locks.
Yeah, that was actually my fifth one, but then I went ahead and locked Wake Forest.
You already locked Wake Forest. You shut your mouth. You're doing it. You won't let me take away the Kentucky one. You got to.
Yeah, that's locked.
Will you let me change Kentucky? I'll let you change your Wake Forest.
No, I don't want to change Lake Forest. I'll just put another lock.
Okay, it doesn't count towards the stats. That's all I mean.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
All right.
So is it my pick?
Yeah.
Is this 5? Number 5? I went back and forth between 2. I don't know which one I really want.
Well, you can only have one, Dylan.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, according to you, you can have as many as you want.
Just lock them all.
All right, we're gonna go Memphis Temple over 50.5. Again, low points. Memphis has been solid this season. Not the best, but I think overall it could shake out in a dub.
I like it.
How do we feel about over 60 in the Arizona State USC game?
Could happen. I see USC putting up close to 50.
Is Emory Jones their starting quarterback? Arizona State?
I don't know or care.
Okay. I have a plus money one that I like Washington money line and Clemson money line. Would be plus 125.
Say that again.
Washington money line, Clemson money line plus 125.
I like that. I already took one of them. I'll take the other one.
There you go.
Remind me to put that in.
Okay.
Might as well. I need some plus money bets. I need to get some money back after last week. That week was abysmal. Abysmal.
Dude, I know we're talking college football, but how does Jamar Chase only have 8 yards?
Because everybody was betting on him.
Fair, yeah. That FanDuel boost, I knew it was a trap. 40 yards for him, Waddle, and Tyreek Hill. I took it, but they baited me. They baited me in.
Is that in the first half? Is that total?
Total. Just all 3 of them have 40 yards receiving.
Where are the other 2 at?
Waddle's at 20. Waddle's at 20, and Tyreek Hill already hit it. He's at 51.
So you still got time.
Yeah, I mean, it's still early. Also had
what was that, plus 100?
Yeah. It was my step 1 10 to 10K Dilly bets.
Thank God, Aaron Judge.
Oh, shut up. No one cares about baseball. It's not even the real record.
Well, yeah. I'm talking about just the boost in general.
Shout out to PFT. It's just the AL record, or the Yankees record. I don't even know if it's an AL record.
It is an AL record.
Yeah, it would be an AL record as well.
But no one actually cares. It's football season. Baseball ended.
I will say that man has been swinging for the fences, so I'm just glad he hit it. Hopefully the pressure's off and he just, cranks him out.
Yeah, but props to DraftKings for giving us back that bet and then doing it again and him hitting a home run in like the 8th inning. He was the 7th inning.
I didn't rebet it after that first one.
I took it again.
I took my money, my DK dollars back.
Yeah, they need to do more of that. Screw these free bets.
Yeah. Whoever's running the books, listen up.
Yeah, the free bets are ass. To get your full bet back, you bet something plus money. That makes no sense.
Who?
Tua got knocked out.
Oh, dang.
Again?
Breaking news from Jesse. Tua got knocked out.
Like his finger lost.
Like he went stiff, apparently.
Wow. They're going to claim that one's a back injury too?
On a sack? Wow.
Yeah, he got slammed out hard.
Jesse, what's our EPL lock of the week?
He walked away. He probably would throw Chelsea.
Scumbag.
All right. Well, that's all we got for locks. Dylan?
I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't have any MIs with MIs. I told you we were going to end this during football season, so I keep forgetting to prepare for it. So
that's fine.
I'm sorry.
Stupidity? You going to do that? Dylan, you got any stupid stuff?
off the record my work, but on the record,
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
Nothing's off the record, Brett Favre.
No, yeah, we're live. We do not edit this podcast at all.
PFT got me with that Brett Favre quote.
We can say tryouts, just the structure of tryouts.
I'll let you leave that there.
Where did tryouts come from?
What? Treehouse?
Treeouts.
Treeouts. You
Is
got
that
treeouts?
key? No, treeouts is something. I think it's a Key and Peele skit or something,
I think you just made that up.
or a movie.
All right. Stupidity is an epidemic. Landon Raby.
I'm with you. I'll support that.
I guess I can throw myself on there because at the Florida tailgate, I didn't realize there were strawberry iced ham and goodies cookies. And then Landon sends me.
Shout out.
Yeah. Shout out ham and goodies. Landon lets me know that they were in the variety pack, and I thought all of those were lemon cookies, so that's all I was eating.
Read the box, brother.
Wait, were you eating strawberry thinking it was lemon? Because that's fascinating.
No, I only opened the lemon box because I thought they were all lemon.
That's an okay thing to do, I think.
It was
thought you were
stupid of
someone
me
else.
not to check. I could have been enjoying strawberry iced.
I think you went the right direction. Don't worry.
I mean, you can't go wrong with a lemon ham and goodies, but
Dude, how much fun was Florida?
it was fantastic.
Are you gonna come back for Bama now?
I'll be in Houston.
Ugh.
For a wedding? Let me
sorry.
guess. A wedding?
No.
Here we go,
For
Caleb.
A trip.
I'm surprised Caleb didn't have a wedding tonight.
I do. As soon as we leave.
No one goes to more weddings than Caleb Mitchell.
Dylan's got a wedding this weekend. Why are you coming to me like that?
That is true. I had to buy a suit for it.
You had to buy a suit. Whose freaking fancy ass wedding is this?
It's friends of Amanda's.
Are you in it?
No. Am I the
You
main
had to
character?
wear a
Yes. Am I in it?
suit?
No.
To be a extra in a wedding? No.
Yeah,
Is
you
it
gotta. I
black
mean,
tie?
I'm the only thing that could help me
Let me guess. It's a dry wedding.
be okay.
trying to pick up
I'm
chicks?
just photobombing. No,
Oh.
it's gonna be photobombing.
Are you going?
It's a safe
Are
space.
you going
Tell us if you're trying
ponytail?
to pick up chicks.
Ponytail? Should I go bun? Should I go hair up or down? What you think?
Bun for sure.
Dude,
Bun.
Messy bun.
cornrows. Please.
Trying to get me canceled?
Just tell them you went to Jamaica on vacation. Be okay. Put a bead in there. I think you should go cornrow pigtails. I think that's what you should do.
Bet.
You won't.
I'm
I will
not
bet
doing that.
All right, I got a stupidity. It's the Dolphins actually, but not for tonight. For last week, when their punter got a safety for kicking it right into the ass of the upback.
That's more impressive.
What
than
a
just
mo
bunting it,
ran.
honestly.
Dude,
That's worse
it
than
was
that. Might be worse than the
straight-
butt fumble.
It was straight up his ass.
You know the worst part?
He didn't
the
even
upback's fault.
flinch.
That's the
I know
worst
he
part.
didn't even just like take the impact. He just like look back.
It was the upback's fault. He was lined up terribly and backed up.
Yeah. I
Morons.
think it's fair to ask, did he want it?
That's a good point. We haven't asked that question yet.
I mean, to not
knows?
flinch kind of means you're expecting it.
Have we found out if Taylor Lewan died yet or not?
Yeah, what was that?
I don't think he has because somebody he tweeted or somebody's either tweeting from his account
He
or
tweeted.
he tweeted from the other side. But no, they replied back to him. I'm pretty sure, or they replied back to the Bussin' with the Boys tweet.
When I die, I need to give some of my login info. I want y'all to just keep tweeting from my account like I'm alive.
I'm just gonna tweet at Balls Picks.
Yeah, that's fine. Wait, I'm blocked. So
Yeah.
yeah, if you call him by his actual name, he doesn't like that apparently.
Dude,
So-
speaking of like funerals and stuff, I went to a funeral
What?
this one time, and like it was like of family friends, like a grandparent of like family friends like passed away, and so like I thought this, like I was like, oh okay, I know who this is. Well, then who I thought it was walks out of the place or walks out of the funeral home, and like my face just turns white. And my mom's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I thought she died." And then she's like, "No, their other grandma died." So,
Jeez, Landon,
yeah.
get your grandmas right.
Well, dude, I thought I was seeing dead people. I was like, my life is over. Like, this is how it ends.
Have you been
Dude,
have you been to many funerals where you just like it's family, but you like haven't really met them?
Oh yeah.
I went to one. Well, this is a terrible story, but it's pretty funny.
Did you stand in the line?
No, thankfully we didn't.
Dang.
We go to still in high school. Me and Sam are just in watching TV, and my dad goes in, he's all upset, all sad, and we're like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Uncle Ralph died." Me and Sam look at each other, and we're like, "Who's Uncle Ralph?" And we're going. This is the funniest thing Sam's ever done. We're going through the line. And we get in the casket, and Sam leans over and he goes, "That's Uncle Ralph."
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it was I almost died laughing in line.
That's Uncle
It
Ralph.
was awesome. Oh, it was so funny. And it's just
So
like,
Sam kind of introduced you to Uncle Ralph.
and I probably met this guy once when I was a baby, but not beyond that.
Did you reply and say, "Yep, that's Uncle Ralph"?
No, I ran away because I almost laughed in the freaking funeral line.
Oh my
Telling
gosh.
family condolences.
Jeez. So Bare Naked Ladies wrote that song about you. You're the kind of guy that laughs at a funeral.
Oh, 100%. You have to. Yeah, it was. It was awesome.
It's like funerals are so serious that like if you don't laugh, I feel like it. Like any time during it, I feel like it's kind of like.
I don't laugh at like funerals that I don't either know the person or like.
Yeah, but if
Or,
I
like,
like I know.
Besides Uncle Ralph, that doesn't count. I knew he was my uncle. I think he was my dad's uncle. I don't have any uncles or aunts.
You gotta kind of break the seal a little bit with some laughter.
If you two outlive me, you're gonna be up there giving some type of speech, so you better make them crack up.
I'm gonna trash you your entire time too.
Oh yeah. I'm like, dude,
That'll
this
be
dude
alright.
wore a suit to a funeral that he wasn't even in and had cornrows.
Wedding, dumbass.
Oh, and a funeral. We're gonna make you have cornrows at your funeral.
I think you can only go to one funeral that you're a part of. I don't think you get the chance to be a part of other funerals.
What if no? You can be the person, like one of the person that carries the casket.
We are terrible people.
Yeah. I mean, this is what happens
It's fun.
after the
It
hour.
is.
It just goes downhill. So
9:30 is a cutoff. We're more important issues after dark after 9:30.
I also have one more stupidity, and it's Auburn. They suck, and the stripe the stadium looks terrible.
Can we also talk about? Can we not? They're calling it checker Vandy.
Yeah.
Can we do checkerboards and not stripes? Is that possible? Why have I
Also,
seen stripes everywhere?
Why the hell do we care about Vanderbilt right now?
Yeah, I'm not worried about that right now. Listen, I'm one game at a time guy.
Yeah, if
LSU's
that happens, cool.
LSU's on mine.
But yeah, we have way too much.
I do love the people that are like, can we just focus on LSU? Like, it matters at all in the next game. I do like those people though.
How do y'all probably talked about this, but I was at dinner, so I didn't get to tune in.
Just say you don't listen to the show.
How do y'all feel about the 12 o'clock kick?
I like it. I mean, I wanted it to be night for us, but I like it.
Yeah, I think it helps out Tennessee. They practice in the morning, so.
And I think road games favor if you're the road team, early kickoffs favor the road team, I believe.
I think the fact that you saw LSU fans really pissed off tells you a lot.
Fair enough.
So I've got one more stupidity before we go. I love making fun of South Carolina. A South Carolina fan tweeted out, this is verbatim. I don't know if it was a typo or if this is what they say. Back in our favorite place, let's go cock.
Singular.
Singular. One cock.
Nice.
Let's go cock. Are they making it into a verb?
I don't know. I just don't like that grown men are saying, let's go cock. Cocks? Okay. I can get that. Cock, I'm not with.
Yeah, why did they drop the plural there?
Yeah, the plural, one letter drastically changes the meaning of that, I feel.
Yeah.
Or it makes it a little better than multiple, right?
Depends on what you're into, I reckon.
Yeah. What's your search history say, Landon?
Dude, if our search histories ever get dropped, I'm screwed. I mean, just
Incognito mode.
I delete mine every single hour of every single day.
Sheesh.
I'm just kidding. All right, that's all I got. BYU sucks. They're not covering anything, so screw them.
F them.
It happens.
Yeah, lose to a 1-3 Utah State team. That's what I would do.
They're gonna lose.
They're down 17-14 right now.
God, burn it down.
Yep.
Burn it down. All right, guys, been fun.
Yep.
See you guys back here on Sunday. We're talking LSU. We're calling Baton Rouge.
Operator, won't you put me on through? Guys,
So
I
my
can't wait.
love down in Baton Rouge. Dylan, you missed our rendition of Afternoon Delight.
Yeah, it was
Ooh.
pretty much Caleb, but
What
Landon
time?
didn't join. He did do the whoop.
Give me a time. I'll go back and watch it for sure.
Dude, I kind of black out during these shows, so anything I say, I'm not responsible for because I don't remember saying it.
we just say
Right,
clip
right.
it, and that means
None of this is legal advice.
Correct.
clip it. Guys, thanks for
All right,
listening.
boys.
We will see y'all back
Go Vols.
Sunday. Talk. There's kind of a lot going on. Tennessee baseball starting practice, basketball team starting practice. We forgot to kind of mention that, but hey,
That
whatever.
does suck. We're gonna be out of town for the one home game. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, it does. But hey, it's cool. They already sold out their game in Jackson.
Love it. You know all of it.
They are. We're back, baby. Best athletic program in the country.
Oh no, I don't want to show my shirt. I'm wearing this stupid shirt. You'll know which one I'm talking about. Shout out! I'm wearing it for one guy and one guy only.
Shout out Austin White. Love the guy. If y'all need to buy or sell a home, hit him up with the
Or just want to talk.
ability.
Realtors never sleep.
Real estate never sleeps. Guys, thanks again. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.